create a new sketch on the XY work plane. Select the circle command, and from the center origin, draw a circle of 200mm diameter. Remember, you may need to roll the wheel on your mouse to zoom out. Take a normal 2-point rectangle from the rectangle drop-down menu, and from the center origin of the circle, draw down onto one side of the circle. Don't worry about sizes just yet. Take the dimension tool, and from the center origin of the circle to the bottom of the rectangle, set the height to 200mm. Again, from the center origin of the circle to the right hand side of the rectangle, set the width, or what will eventually become the radius, to 40mm. Extend the center vertical line of the rectangle till it touches the top of the circle. Select the trim tool and trim away half the circle and trim away the rectangle that's within this semicircle. Trim away the remaining part of the semicircle which connects it to the rectangle to form one valid profile. Select the fillet command and set the radius to 20mm and fillet the curve to the vertical line. Select Finish Sketch and use the Revolve Profile tool to revolve this profile around the center axis. We're now going to do the square plate at the bottom of the cylinder. To do that, click Start 2D Sketch and click on the bottom face of the cylinder. Select a 2-point center rectangle from the rectangle drop-down menu and draw a square of 200mm by 200mm. At this stage, we're also going to add in the holes for the screws or bolts. Select the circle tool, and on the diagonal construction line of the square, draw a circle of 20mm diameter. Take the dimension tool, and from the top of the square to the center of the circle, set the size to 30mm. The circle should move diagonally. If you measure this circle from the center to the side now, you'll also note it reports at 30mm, the correct size. If you drop this dimension, it will report it as over-constrained. That's because this line, this construction line, is at 45 degrees, and we've already set the distance from the top edge at 30mm. This means it automatically has to be 30mm across the horizontal also. We could redraw this circle a further 3 times using the same technique, but to make our lives easier, we can take a straight line. For construction, draw a line vertically to act as a line of symmetry, and a line horizontally to act as a line of symmetry. We're going to select the mirror tool and mirror this circle across the vertical line to begin with, and then use the mirror command again to select these 2 circles and mirror them across the horizontal line. Finish this sketch and extrude this profile 20mm. Make sure you're extruding it down the way and not symmetrically or up. Press OK. We're now going to add the web components which connect the cylinder and the base. Webs are special components we add to strengthen things if they're going to be under any stress or strain. To do that, create a sketch in XY work plane and press F7 or function 7 key on your keyboard to create a temporary sectional view. Select Project Geometry and make the projected geometry for construction. Select the bottom edge and the vertical edge of the cylinder. Take a straight line tool, but this time not for construction, and from the corner of where the base plate and the cylinder meet, draw a line out horizontally. Don't worry about the size just yet, just stop before the edge of the base plate. From the end of this line, draw a line diagonally up towards the cylinder. Again, don't worry about the sizes just yet. And from the top of this line, back down to where we started. Take the dimension tool, and from the corner vertex of the triangle to the edge of the base plate, make the distance 20.5mm. From the top of the base plate to the top corner vertex of the triangle, make the distance 80mm. Finish this sketch and select Extrude. Extrude this symmetrically 10mm. Select OK. It is possible now to use the same technique to redraw this a further 3 times round the cylinder, but to make our lives easier, we're going to select this feature and use the circular array tool to array this around the y-axis. Array this 4 times. We're now going to add the chamfers to the bolt holes and the chamfers to the corners of the base plate. To do this, select the chamfer tool and we'll start with the holes. Select the tops of these holes and this will create a countersink that the screw or bolt heads can fit into. Make the setback distance 5mm. The software will automatically default to 45 degrees. Select Apply. Now select the corners of this base plate. Set the distance, the setback distance for this at 20mm. Again, 45 degrees is automatic. We're now completed this component. It is ready for assembly with the other component and technical or engineering drawings. Well done.